ever stop trying to learn and grow. I'm going to say that again. I think this quote is profound. Let go of certainty. Sometimes we are so married to what's certain, so married, and we can't move. We're immobilized until we're certain on a thing, right? We don't know really what's going on. We just don't know. But it goes on to say the opposite isn't uncertainty, it's openness, curiosity, and a willingness to embrace the paradox. Rather than choosing sides, it's not about choosing. It's about the ultimate challenge is to accept ourselves as we are. Do you accept yourself as you are? Sometimes that's why it's a struggle to let go and move and breathe into new dimensions of our life, because we're not accepting even all of our flaws. And I too have been there. You grow up in atmospheres where you're supposed to just pretend and put on this mask and everything's okay, but that's not reality. And it's okay to show your flaws. It's okay to show the realness of who you are. People will respect that. They will embrace that. They will be able to be nurtured from that, because as they are growing from their scars, they see you're growing and you're not allowing your scars to stop you. Don't be ashamed of your scars. Don't be ashamed of where you came from. There's another quote that says, to let go is to release the images and emotions, the grudges and the fears, the disappointments of the past that blind your spirit. Sometimes we're blinded by the past. We're blinded and we can't see anything further. We're blinded and we're suffocated to fresh perspectives, fresh new life because of what has happened. So I want to speak life to anyone that may have gone through anything traumatic, because, I'm not going to diminish what anyone have ever gone through. We've all gone through different things. And I want to speak life to that moment of trauma that might be keeping you in a holding cell, keeping you into a holding place of your life. And I want to speak to that space. I want to speak to that place in your life that's holding you hostage, just holding you to a memory of the past that will not allow you to be free. I speak life in that very moment. I speak life to your it. I speak life to your it, that it will be removed and you will be able to flow freely in 2024. There's another quote that says, a bridge can still be built while the bitter waters are flowing beneath. Sometimes we feel that we can't progress forward because we're still processing and we're still dealing with challenges in our life. But know that you can still simultaneously build that bridge to get to your next while you're still processing what you've gone through. Don't allow yourself to become immobilized. Don't allow yourself to become paralyzed. I've been there, done that. I know what feeling paralyzed feel like. I know what feeling immobilized feel like. That is why I can speak to it. And I speak to your it, that it will be removed. There's another quote that says, yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose. Sometimes we have the fear of moving forward because we think we're going to duplicate what we did in the past. We think we're going to lose. If we lost in the past, we think, well, I don't know if I'm going to try it again because I might lose again. Well, you may. But guess what? You're going to learn principles that's going to make you stronger. I can't tell you how many times I've lost, hit my head against the wall. Everything is not rosy in my world. And guess what? I know in the future is going to be challenges, but those challenges is what makes me. The challenges is what make you. There's another quote that says, once you realize you deserve a bright future, letting go of your dark past is the best choice you will ever make. Once you come to terms with what is, you're ready for what shall be. There's another quote that says, don't dwell on what went wrong. Instead, focus on what to do next. Spend your energy moving forward towards something, towards the answer to your next. There's another quote that says, let go or be dragged. Now that one, when I saw that it's a very short quote, but it's profound. It says, let go or be dragged. Let's go back to that scenario I was talking about as a child in the relay race day at the end of the school year, elementary school, and that tug of war. At some point, the strongest team is dragging that other team onto their side. They're dragging them, and it's a struggle going on. And that's how it is in life. We just being dragged sometimes. Release the rope and stop being dragged. Release the rope. There's another quote that says, anything I cannot transform into something marvelous, I need to let it go. Listen, we can't just keep spinning our wheels not knowing what is to be or what's going on in our life, right? We can't just spin the wheels. We have to have some clarity. We have to have some understanding, right? There's another quote that says, anything I cannot transform into something marvelous, I let go. I'm repeating that again for a reason, because sometimes we just stand stuck trying to transform something and it just ain't moving. It's just not moving. In the process of letting go, you will lose many things from the past, but you will find yourself. And that's a quote I think many people know, Deepak Chopra. Apologies if I mispronounced the last name, but that is a quote that's profound. In the process of letting go, you will lose many things, but you will find yourself. The day I understood everything was the day I stopped trying to figure out everything. The day I knew peace was the day I let everything go. You will find peace when you start to let things go. Again, with that tug of war, back and forth, it's a struggle, it's an internal struggle, people struggling to bring the other group onto their winning side. It's this struggle and there is no peace. Another quote says, why let go of yesterday? Because yesterday has already let go of you. And I'm like, what? When I read that, why let go of yesterday? Because yesterday have already let go of you and you still trying to hold on to it. Yesterday didn't let you go and then said bye-bye and sent you your papers and sent you along the way. Yesterday not even thinking about you anymore. But you're still thinking about yesterday. There's another quote that says, we keep ourselves so tied up in regretting the past, in fearing the future, that we don't have any energy left to figure out who we are and what we want to create right now. I'm going to say that again. We keep ourselves tied up in regretting of the past and fearing the future, that we don't have any energy. Some people may say, well, I ain't even got energy for anything else. I don't got energy. You know, I've been there, so I don't have energy for this. We don't have energy for what is to be because we're still holding on to the past. We got to let go and make space. Let go and make space. Let go and make space. There's another quote that says, the decision to let go of that which has completed its course in your experience is even more important than the decision to welcome new ideas. You cannot walk forward by looking backward. New wine cannot be put into old bottles. For the Bible states that the old bottles will break. You intuitively know what should depart from your life. We all know certain things that's just past this time, past this expiration. We all know. But sometimes we want to let it go a little bit longer. Hold on to it a little bit longer. The decision to let go of that which has completed its course in your experience is even more important than there's a decision to welcome new ideas. That's deep. Another quote says, courage is the power to let go of the familiar. Sometimes it is hard to walk into the new. We got to have that courage. We got to have that understanding that we can't stay in the place of the familiar. And the last quote says, we must be willing to let go of the life we planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us. I truly believe once you get into the place where you can let go, and I speak to myself as well, then we open those doors to what is waiting for us on the other side. We open the doors of possibilities. We open the doors of what shall be. But we have to keep in mind certain things has ran its course. It's completed its course in our experience. And now we must transition. For any of you that know me, know that I'm also a business consultant. Some of you might be going through a transition in your business and you might need some help with consulting in terms of speaking to the next chapter of your business, right? You may need a consultant to help you with that. For strategic planning and organizational developments, check out my website. It's simply my first and last name, CatherineTrotter.com, Catherine with a C. And we already have certain things lined up for the first quarter of next year. January 27th is the Good Morning to the Leader in You brunch, right? It's speaking to the heart of every leader, no matter what your capacity of leadership might be. You may be in the beginning phases and you may have been in leadership well over 20 years. This brunch is for you. That's January 27th at the SEN Studio in Baltimore, Maryland. And then on February 24th, 2024, we have a business seminar called Level Up, where we're going to be having a component of that, where we're going to be having strategy, tools, and tips to help everyone get to the next level in their business. And that's going to be in Baltimore County at the Randallstown Community Center. Then on March 23rd, Women's History Month is going to be the preview to Your Becoming. And with the preview to your becoming is going to be powerful. We have several speakers that's going to be speaking to who you are becoming, right? There's a lot of projects that's going to be coming out around that. So I just encourage you, tap into what we're going to be doing. We like I said, we already have a pretty robust first quarter. We'll be sharing what's going to be happening the other 9 months of 2024. But to kick it off, those are the first 3 events of the year that you want to be a part of. So I just want to do a recap as we get ready to wind down this podcast show. When we talk about let it go, let means to not prevent, right? Don't put something in the way of, if it's time for something to go, it's time for it to go. To allow something to happen, allow it to happen, give permission for it to happen. When we think about the word it obviously means to refer to something previously mentioned, and it's something that can be easily identified. You need to identify what the it is in your life. Then we use the analogy in the IT profession where it talked about the hardware and software. Sometimes we need to new programming of the mind, right? Because the mind is like a camera and it will repeat mental images of the past over and over again. And then when we look at the word go, it means to move from one place to another, to travel, to leave, depart. Where are you going? What are you in pursuit of, right? It means to proceed forward. Keep in mind the activity that I encourage you to do is to write a letter to your next season. Don't leave out any details, okay? Be very descriptive. And even if you don't fully know everything, just start writing. Start writing. Put on some music that might inspire you, right? Light a candle. I love candles. I love music that might inspire you to go to the next level. And keep in mind that quote that says, I demolish my bridge behind me. Then there's no choice but to move forward, right? Sometimes bridges are good. Sometimes they're not good because it's like you can go backward, right? We don't want to go backward. We want to move forward. And that's what today's segment is all about. It's about letting go and evolving and moving forward. And again, I don't make light to anyone that is struggling with the letting go, because the letting go is not easy. But I just want to encourage you that your best season is ahead. I know some may have gone through challenges, difficulties, situations, but I want to encourage you right now that your best season is coming. Your best season is right around the corner. Your best season is right there. I'm being repetitive for a reason. I want you to embrace that concept. I want you to embrace that as you let go, that you're going to start seeing your best season. You're going to start feeling your best season. You know, and sometimes you have to create a whole new schedule for yourself, even with where you physically go throughout the week. Change up the pattern. Don't let it be the same thing. Switch it up. Switch up the pattern, right? Switch it up and allow yourself to flow to your next season. As we get ready to wind down this episode, and as you listen to the instrumentals, I want you to think about what it is that you need to let go of, and what do you need to walk into.